President Trump responds to a medical emergency at one of his rallies in Greensboro, North Carolina.
We knocked out ISIS. We took ISIS. We knocked them out. We got them out. We got them out. And take your time, fellas. Take your time. We have a great person up here. You just take your time. Got plenty of time. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great. These people do such a great job. Thank you. You doing okay? He looks good. He looks good to me, I'll tell you. His hands up. Thank you, man. Thank you. Don't forget, they wait for 4 days outside, and then they get in here and they say, gee, Trump's really no good. This is not worth it. And they don't feel so good. But he's great. Thank you, fellas. You take your time. You're more important right now than all of us. He's got a Trump. He's pointing to his hat. You better believe it. Yep. America. You know, these people, the doctors, the medics, first responders, they're incredible people. They're incredible people. They do such a job. You all saw the guy yesterday on the crane coming in and saved the truck. Did you see that? The truck went over the bridge, and they dropped the boom and the crane, and they saved the driver of the truck who was hanging perilously over the bridge. It was a tough thing. Unbelievable, right? It was an unbelievable job they do. Unbelievable. Because everybody in this room is so important. You know that, right? There's a lot of people in here, by the way. That's a big crowd. You couldn't get... They have 2,000 people outside. We have 2,000 people outside. There's a lot of people. They couldn't get them in. That's great. Thank you. Take good care of them. That's great. That's great. Thank you. You're not going to miss much. Don't worry about it. Thank you, man. You take care of yourself, all right?
I mean, there's so much to love about President Trump. He's so great in a crowd. He always knows what to say. He's off the cuff. He doesn't have to read every sentence off of a teleprompter or off note cards. But I like a president that is not a medical emergency. Because we all know Joe Biden is a walking, bumbling, ice cream eating medical emergency 24/7. Let's see, he fell up the stairs of Air Force One multiple times. They had to get him new little baby stairs. Fell off a bike in Delaware, couldn't find his way back into the White House, had to be spun around by Secret Service. Fell on stage pretty bad at a graduation. I think he fell asleep in a meeting with a foreign dignitary, perhaps from Israel. I mean, the guy's an absolute train wreck. But for conservatives, going to a Trump rally is like our version of the Super Bowl. Because if you think about it, conservatives, liberals control the mainstream media. They control sports, all the kneeling and the fist up for BLM. Music, they're certainly not pro-Trump. And Hollywood, actors, actresses, they ain't MAGA. So we really don't have any outlets to just get together and feel that we are supported. And that's why a Trump rally is so important. So important. And the way that he responded here just shows his natural instinct to care for others. You don't see that from Joe Biden. You don't see anything from Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden is asleep at the wheel. And we know right now with the recent polling data coming out, it's everywhere, that the border is basically the biggest concern for the next election. And we have a guy that goes up there, unlike President Trump, who tells the truth. Biden gets on TV or does an interview, which he rarely does because he is not cogent. Says the border's closed. It's the Republicans' fault. Let's be very clear. It is not the Republicans' fault. We have sufficient border laws on the books. Biden, Mayorkas, They are just not enforcing them. That is exactly what's happening here. So when you see President Trump up there on the stage, reacting, telling the truth, helping people out, just know Joe Biden could never do it.